welcome to my channel DK Voice. Student, today I am going to discuss more method of making carbon dioxide. So first, which method I am going to discuss with you is with the help of carbonate. Like you are having sodium carbonate, like you are having sodium hydrogen carbonate. When you will add a few drops of sulfuric acid on it, you will see the effervescence is there. This effervescence is there due to the presence or evolution of the carbon dioxide gas. So carbon dioxide gas is generated during this process. I can show it with the help of the apparatus which I am over here. See here, student. Here I am having sodium carbonate over here, and when I will put a few drops of sulfuric acid over here, you can see the effervescence. You can see the effervescence, students. You can see the effervescence, students. So this effervescence is due to the evolution of carbon dioxide gas. During this process, carbon dioxide gas is being evolved. So the chemical reaction I have already shown on the board. You can see it here, students. So that is there. Next thing is, you can make carbon dioxide with the help of fermentation process also. What is fermentation process? Beta, fermentation process is a process where molasses get converted into ethanol. For the manufacturing of ethanol, this process we use, and yeast is also used for the conversion. And chemical reaction I have already shown on the diagram. You can see it. And next thing which I am going to discuss with you, student, the lab preparation of carbon dioxide. How you can prepare carbon dioxide in the laboratory. For that, student, you just make the arrangement as I have shown on the board, student. That arrangement is required. Here I will be using some marble chips or calcium carbonate, and I will put few drops of hydrochloric acid in it. When a hydrochloric acid will be added, you will see that carbon dioxide gas is evolving. That carbon dioxide gas is collected in the other container, and it is collected over the air because it is heavier than that of air. So it is collected over there. And how you will judge whether the container is filled with the carbon dioxide or not? That can be done with the help of a burning matchstick. When you will bring a burning matchstick near that, if it blow off, that means whole of the container is filled with the carbon dioxide. Now, student, I will show you with the help of a few small activity. The same apparatus I am not using, but I will be using the same content, and I will show how you can just make carbon dioxide and how you can just check it whether it is just generated over there or not. Now, student, I have just made this setup. You are having this conical flask over here, in which I have just put calcium carbonate is over there, and here I am having the collecting jar where I will collect the carbon dioxide gas. I will pour some some hydrochloric acid over here, and then carbon dioxide gas will be evolved, which I will be collecting in this jar here, students. Since you know carbon dioxide is heavier than air, so it will be displaced. It can be collected with the help of air displacement. So that method I am going to use. So watch it carefully, student. First of all, I will pour what? Hydrochloric acid I am pouring in it, student. You can see the gas is evolving, and this gas I am collecting in this jar. You can see gas is being collected over here. Now, how you will verify that the whole of the jar is filled with carbon dioxide or not? That can be done with the help of a burning matchstick. I will bring the burning matchstick near the mouth of this jar, and if it blows off, that means whole of this jar is containing carbon dioxide. Now let us check. Student, check it. You can see it is still burning. That means it is not completely filled yet. Wait for a moment again. Again, bring it near the jar. Still it is burning. That means whole of the jar is not filled. And I I will be using more sulfuric acid so that more hydrochloric acid, so that more carbon dioxide gets generated. You can see. So it will be filled. Again I will see by bringing carbon dioxide, by bringing this matchsticks. See here student, again I will check whether it is completely filled or not. So nearly filled. You can see. I will wait for few more minutes so that it get completely filled. When it will be completely filled, the matchstick, burning matchstick will be blown off. That I will show you student, wait for a moment. Again I will try. So this is the method how you can check. You can see, when I bring it near it blows off. Which means whole of this jar is containing carbon dioxide due to which the burning matchstick is blown off. Now few questions are there student. First is whether we can use sulfuric acid with calcium carbonate with marble chips. No student, you cannot use sulfuric acid, you can only use hydrochloric acid. Why? Because if you will use sulfuric acid, in that case what will happen? Calcium sulfate will be formed, which will prevent the production of carbon dioxide. But you can use hydrochloric acid in case of sodium carbonate, but you cannot use sulfuric acid if you are using calcium carbonate. Why? Because calcium sulfate will be formed, which will prevent the production of carbon dioxide gas student. So that is there. Next thing which I am going to discuss with you is whether this gas which I have collected over here is pure carbon dioxide gas. No student, some hydrochloric HCl is also coming over here, so it is not pure, it is having some traces of HCl also. To remove that traces, what we will do, we can just first of all we can pass this gas through the water and then collect it in the other container. You know, carbon dioxide, hydrochloric acid is more soluble in water, so hydrochloric acid will be dissolved in that, and you will be getting the pure carbon dioxide in the other container. In this way you can just get the pure carbon dioxide gas student. Now next thing is the properties of carbon dioxide. What is the properties of carbon dioxide? First of all, as you can see, it is colorless, odorless gas. It don't have any color, and neither it has any odor, no it has any smell student. So it is there. And then it can be solidified at 1 atmospheric pressure and 78.5 minus 78.5 degree temperature. It gets solidified and can directly convert into vapor. That solid is known as dry ice. Solid carbon dioxide is known as dry ice. It directly changes into vapor. So dry ice, what is dry ice? Solid carbon dioxide. And how you can solidify carbon dioxide? With the help of, if you are having 1 atmospheric pressure and if you are having temperature minus 78.5 degree Celsius. So that is there student, that property is also there, and it is also used as the carbonated drinks, like you are having Pepsi is there, you are having so many soft drinks are there in which carbon dioxide is there. Carbon is dissolved under pressure, because if you are having ordinary pressure, in that case carbon is dissolved in its fixed volume. But if you increase the pressure, the solubility of the carbon dioxide in water increases and it comes out with a fizz. So that is there in soft drink like carbonated water, like you are having Pepsi is there, Cola is there. In all that you are using this carbon dioxide. So these are few properties of carbon dioxide student. I hope you have understood whatever I have. Next thing student which I am going to discuss with you is the chemical properties of carbon dioxide. What are the chemical property? First property, as you have already seen, neither it is combustible nor it support the combustion, neither it burns nor it support in burning. That is why carbon dioxide is used as fire extinguishers. So if you are having this this jar which is containing carbon dioxide, if you pour this on the burning candle, you will see that the burning candle will blow off. It is due to that fact. Now second property, chemical property is its action with the active metal, like sodium is there, like magnesium is there. What is the, when these metal burns in carbon dioxide, they extract oxygen from the carbon dioxide and they burns with the smoky scales. So I will show it also. I will be using magnesium ribbon and I will burn and I will show you, student. It is better to see than to just explanation, student. You can easily understand what happens. It will extract oxygen from carbon dioxide and you will be get, wait for a moment, student. I will burn magnesium ribbon over here. I am burning. It may not be visual to you, but burner is below. So I have burned it, student. I will put it here, student. You can see the white smoke scales, white scales are there. Again I am burning, student. Wait for a moment. I am burning. Wait for a moment. It will take some time. Be patient. White smoke, you can see. Smoky scales will be there and a little bit carbon will also be there, blackish thing. Little carbon will also be there, student. So that is there. What is happening over here is magnesium. It is extracting oxygen from carbon dioxide and it is getting converted into magnesium oxide. The white scales is there. You can easily see, student, whitish scales are here on the walls of this jar is there. So that is there, student, and that is there. Next property of carbon dioxide is its acidic nature. It is acidic nature. If you are having a blue litmus and if you put blue litmus in the carbon dioxide solution, you will see that blue litmus will get turned into a reddish color. Wine red coloration will be there. It indicates the acidic nature of carbon dioxide. I hope you have understood whatever I have shown to you. Next property of carbon dioxide is its reaction with metal oxide. You know, student, metal oxides are basic in nature while the carbon dioxide is acidic in nature. So carbon dioxide react with the metal oxides slowly and it forms salt, which is the carbonates. So different carbonates are formed as I have shown on the screen as well, student. So whenever carbon dioxide react with the metal oxide, the reaction is slow reaction and the salt is formed, which are basically carbonates. Next reaction, student, which I am going to discuss with you is the property of carbon dioxide with the lime water. Lime water is nothing but dilute solution of calcium hydroxide. So dilute solution of calcium hydroxide is known as lime water. What happens when carbon dioxide is passed through the lime water? Lime water turns milky due to the formation of calcium carbonate, which is insoluble in that. And if excess of carbon dioxide is passed, then milkiness disappear again. Why milkiness disappear? Because of the formation of calcium hydrogen carbonate, which is soluble. So it will disappear if I am using more carbon dioxide. In that case, the milkiness will disappear. And if I warm, if I boil, if I heat that solution, then again that clear solution will turn milky. Why? Because upon heating, that calcium hydrogen carbonate again turn into calcium carbonate, which is insoluble. That is why milkiness again appears. So what happens? First of all, milkiness will be there. Then if I will be using more carbon dioxide, milkiness will disappear due to the formation of calcium hydrogen carbonate. And if I warm the same solution, if I heat the same solution, milkiness again will come due to the formation of calcium carbonate. Let us do this experiment, student. Now here I am having the same thing, and here I will be putting some hydrochloric acid in it, and you will be getting carbon dioxide. Then I will pass that carbon dioxide through a lime water. Then you will see what happens. So first of all, I am taking lime water. This is the lime water. You can see the transparent color. And here I am having hydrochloric acid. Again, as I have already shown you, calcium carbonate is here. So I will be putting a few drops of this acid here. Carbon dioxide will form. You can see the carbon dioxide is there, and I will pass it through it. You can see what happens. You can see the milkiness. It will turn milky. You can see the lime water is turning milky. Lime water is turning milky, student. You can see the milkiness over here. You can see solution is getting milky. Great, student. It is turning. It will take some time. Don't worry about that. Surely it will turn milky. You can see also almost all it has turned milky. So milkiness is there. You can see milkiness is there. So lime water is turned milky. And if I pass more oxygen, carbon dioxide through it, then you will see that the milkiness will disappear. So I will form more carbon dioxide by putting more acid in it. Wait for a moment, student. First of all, let it complete. Let it complete the process, student. I am doing. So wait for a moment. You can see, student, the lime water turned milky. Now if I will pass more carbon dioxide, it will again turn transparent due to the formation of formation of what? Calcium hydrogen carbonate. You can see the milkiness is disappearing. Milkiness is disappearing, student. You can see. So again the milkiness disappear. More carbon dioxide is required. You can see the color is little bit disappeared. I can use more, student. Because more is required, little bit more carbon dioxide is required. Now yes. See, student, it again become transparent. Milkiness disappear. Why milkiness has disappeared? Due to the formation of calcium hydrogen carbonate, which is soluble. So this happen. Again, if I will warm it, if I will heat this tube, the milkiness will again appear due to the formation of calcium carbonate. So that is their, student. very important reaction. What happens when carbon dioxide is passed through, and what is the chemical reaction? But a chemical reaction I have already shown on the board, so you can see the chemical reaction. And its explanation is very important, student. Next thing is carbon dioxide is also very important for our environment. You know, carbon dioxide combined with the water which is there, which they get from the soil, and in the presence of sunlight they synthesize their food. So carbon dioxide, water combine together and we get glucose, which is required for the growth of the plants. So that is the importance of carbon dioxide for the environment. And one more important and very important thing is carbon dioxide is also responsible for keeping our environment warm. How? Take an example of glass houses. You know, there are certain glass houses. What happens in them? When the rays of light falls on them, then some part of that rays, that heat is retained, is trapped by a glass sheet, which keeps the plants warmed during the night time also. The same role is played by carbon dioxide in the environment. The rays of light which comes in the day times are reflected back, are trapped inside our environment by the carbon dioxide, due to which at night also the temperature of the earth remain good. So more cooling is not there. Otherwise, if the carbon dioxide is not there, the night will be cooler, very cool will be there. So warmth is there due to the presence of carbon dioxide in our environment, and this effect is known as greenhouse effect, and the gases which are responsible for the greenhouse effect is known as greenhouse gases, and carbon dioxide is one of them, student. So student, today I have discussed some activities as well. I have discussed a few chemical properties with you. I hope you have understood well whatever I have discussed with you, and hope you will learn it properly and will get good marks in your examination. So best of luck, student. Keep watching VK Voice. Thank you very much.